Hello, I am Dr. Satish Kumar Kashid, Professor in Civil Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur, presenting a topic spillways, straight drop spillway, Ogi spillway and shaft spillway. These three spillways we will be discussing in this small session. Learning outcomes. At the end of this session, students will be able to classify the spillways depending upon the control structure of a spillway and discuss the suitability of straight drop spillway, Ogi spillway and shaft spillways under different dam conditions. Classification of spillways based on control structure. That way, we can classify the spillways based on control structure as straight drop spillway, Ogi spillway, shaft spillway, chute spillway, side channel spillway, siphon spillway, labyrinth spillway, and a few more special types of spillways are also there. But these are the important types of spillways. Out of these, in this session, I will be discussing these three spillways: straight drop, Ogi and shaft. Firstly, we will discuss straight drop spillways. Now, this is a typical straight drop spillway. So, we find that it is ungated spillway. As soon as water level passes over the crest of a spillway, water starts falling freely. Straight drop spillway consists of a low height weir, as we have seen just now, having its downstream face roughly vertical or perfectly vertical. When the water level in the reservoir rises above the normal pool level, the surplus water falls freely from the crest of the weir. To prevent scouring of downstream bed from falling water jet, an artificial pool with a concrete apron and a low secondary dam is constructed on the downstream side. Proper ventilation should be provided on the underside portion of the falling jet to prevent pulsating and fluctuating effects. So, what we discussed? This is a straight drop spillway. This particular face is vertical. Water passes over this spillway, falls away in the cistern, and this portion needs to be ventilated as we discussed. Now, this is free overfall spillway with an arch dam. Overfall or free fall spillways, as we have seen, are suitable for arch dams or dams with downstream vertical faces, as we have seen here. Now, we will come to one of the important spillways, that is a Ogi spillway. Ogi spillway looks like this from a downstream side. This spillway is provided S shape, it means its profile has S shape. Here there are piers, and in between piers we find that these are the tenter gates mounted. These tenter gates can be lifted up in this way, and water will flow over this spillway crest. Rather, it will glide over this spillway crest, what we can say. So, Ogi spillway is such that its downstream face of the weir is constructed corresponding to the shape of lower nappe of freely falling water jet, which is in Ogi shape. It means, what I mean to say is that the shape of the spillway is such that if at all we have a sharp crested weir, water approaches toward this weir. So, due to the momentum, water will fall away. So, this is called as upper nappe of a water sheet. This is called as a lower nappe of a water sheet. So, Ogi spillway is designed in such a way that the profile of Ogi spillway, this profile of Ogi spillway matches with the profile of a lower nappe. That's what I mean. The shape obtained for the maximum head is taken into account while designing the Ogi spillway. It means, you can imagine, depending upon discharge, the depth will vary. Hence, the head will also vary. So, we should design this nappe for what discharge, for what depth. So, it is to be designed whenever discharge is highest, that means whenever water is flowing at the highest flood level and when the highest discharge for which the spillway is designed is passing on this particular spillway. So, this is a typical drawing of Ogi spillway of Sardar Sarovar Dam. So, this is a typical spillway cross section with tenter gates and a flip. So, here there is a flip, water falling in this way. Every dam is different, every layout is different, that one should understand. So, when the tenter gates are lifted, the water glides over the Ogi spillway as shown here. Now, let us discuss the suitability of Ogi spillway. It is the most commonly used spillway with gravity dams. Also used with earth and rockfill dams with a separate gravity structure. Means we can have dams such that the central portion where a depth of river is more is constructed as a masonry dam or concrete dam, and then remaining portion is constructed as a earth dam and rockfill dam. So, in the overflow portion which is constructed in concrete or constructed in masonry, we can locate this Ogi spillway. Ogi crest can be used as a control weir in almost all types of spillways. It is due to its high hydraulic efficiency or high discharging efficiency. Now, the third type which we are going to discuss is a shaft spillway. This is shaft spillway at Monticello Dam, Lake Berryessa in operation. So, here we find this is a dam, and in the reservoir itself this is a shaft spillway provided. Water is entering into the shaft spillway and then through the vertical shaft thereafter passes underside the dam as a horizontal conduit and water is released downstream. Characteristics of a shaft spillway. Shaft spillway consists of a vertical shaft followed by a horizontal conduit or pipe. A horizontal conduit either passes through the dam body or through the foundation of the dam. Minimum discharging capacity is attained at relatively low heads. This spillway can be ideal when maximum spillway outflow is to be limited. In case of large projects, the inlet hole of vertical shaft is specially shaped and which is called as a morning glory, and hence the shaft spillway is also called as a morning glory spillway or a bell mouth spill. You can imagine this is a bell mouth. Now, let us discuss the suitability of shaft spillways. Shaft spillways are adapted very advantageously in dam sites in narrow canons. It means if we see here the valley is very narrow or there is no sufficient space to accommodate Ogi spillway or any other type of spillway, it can be used as a service spillway in conjunction with the emergency spillway. It means we can have main spillway as a shaft spillway and one more emergency spillway should be there, so that if this service spillway in form of shaft spillway is not able to manage the discharge, in that case the emergency spillway will be also operated and discharge will be passed safely without overtopping of the dam. It is recommended when there is no space to provide other types of spillways such as Ogi spillways, straight drop spillway, etc. However, there are some limiting factors. If there is air entrainment in a shaft, air may escape, burst, which causes the undesirable surging. So, this is the bell mouth spillway of Hungry Horse Dam in operation. Now, let us take some questions. The spillway can be best suited independently of the dam when there is deep narrow gorge with steep slopes, deep narrow gorge with steep slopes separated from a flank by hillock with its level above the top of the dam, wide gorge with gradual slope, wide valley with moderate slopes. Here we are asking the spillway can be best built independently of the dam, and answer is the spillway can be built independently of the dam if we have a deep narrow gorge with steep slopes separated from a flank by a hillock with its level above the tap of dam. It means, so this is a main valley. This is one hillock which is coming above the valley, so that the maximum reservoir level will be below this top. And here you find a deep narrow gorge. So we'll construct a dam here and we'll construct a separate spillway here. So the dam is independent, spillway is independent. A concrete or an earthen dam can be constructed across the main valley, and spillway can be constructed independently into the saddle under such circumstances. Another question, so which type of spillway can be adopted with ease on gravity as well as earthen dam? So Ogee spillway is the spillway which can be adopted with ease on gravity as well as earthen dams. A shaft spillway is located inside the body of gravity dam, inside the upstream reservoir, inside downstream reservoir, or on the side flank of a main dam. Answer is, a shaft spillway is located inside the upstream reservoir, as we have seen. Inside upstream reservoir, a shaft spillway is located. So let us discuss the selection of spillway, the guidelines given by Indian standards. The spillway should be safe as well as it should be economical. It should match with the topography, inflow, flood, and it should take into consideration the tail channel conditions. The spillway capacity and the flow hydraulics also matters. The location of powerhouse, the tail raise channel, and other structures downstream also should be considered. Nature and amount of solid materials brought by the river also should be taken into consideration, and river conditions downstream of the dam should also be considered. So depending upon the safety, economy, topography, powerhouse, solid materials, and the downstream river conditions, we should select a particular spillway. Conclusions: free overfall spillways are suitable for arch dams or dams with downstream vertical faces. Ogee spillways are most commonly used with gravity dams. Ogee crest can be used as a control in almost all type of spillways. Shaft spillways are adopted very advantageously in dam sites in narrow canyons. Selection of a particular spillway depends upon safety considerations, economy, topography, inflow flood discharge, as well as tail channel conditions. These are the references which are used for this presentation. Thank you.